Would you like one? You must not be a smoker, I assume. Let's go to some quiet place. There is too much noise here.
You must have been surprised to receive my call.
A little unsure, maybe.
Have you seen me before?
Only in 2 or 3 photos. Well, since the last 5 days, even I had been thinking that I should find out. But how?
There was an accident. He crashed into a truck. After a few minutes of reaching the hospital itself.
What were his last words?
He wasn't conscious, was he? I found out at 7 o'clock after reaching home.
That means you weren't with him during those last minutes?
When did you find out?
2 days later.
How?
I had called up his office.
Why? Oh, never mind.
Because we had made plans to meet the previous day and he hadn't come.
Then?
I just got the news of the accident.
How did you feel? You must have felt bad. I would have, if I would have lost someone who was on the hook for me.
Do you feel ashamed? Talking like this about someone who's gone, don't you? How would you understand how much he meant to you?
So, you wanted to meet me?
Yes,
Why?
so that I could speak to you.
Then?
Twice I thought about calling you. The first time I dialed the number 7359. Even I cut the phone. Then, the second round, I dialed the entire number. But it started to ring.
Why?
I don't know. I wondered how would you take it?
Fear?
No, not exactly fear. I thought you would misunderstand me. It was the risk and burden of possible hopelessness.
So, by getting my number, you...
I felt a burden being lifted off my shoulders.
Why?
Because you are the only one who... Because we are the only one who understand each other's pain.
Yes, you. After you hurt me.
So this is what you think.
Is there something wrong in that?
When you put the responsibility on someone else, you might feel comfortable. But the truth is, you are lying to yourself.
Meaning what?
Whatever I did to make myself happy.
And that happiness came on the cost of whom?
Why should I care about that at all? And I'm not the only one answerable here. If he had not reached out to me as well...
Were you not surprised at receiving my call? So, did you have any idea about...
I knew there would be something left behind which would, you know...
On a piece of paper, I find your initials written along with the words Happy Anniversary. On his phone, I also found a phone number with the same initials.
What if you had not found this?
What do you mean?
Did not you find something about your husband, something different?
He used to suddenly get quiet, smiling seemingly without any reason. He would come back from his office later than usual. had become cold towards me.
Since when?
How long had you two been together?
I asked first.
But I have come here to ask you questions.
Less than a year.
And your first meeting?
My office required some renovations, so for the interior decoration work, I had showed him around my office. We talked and planned about the budget. Later, his firm completed the assignment accordingly. After the final payment, we had a meeting.
Right. So,
We had a coffee.
and who made the first move?
Obviously, it was me.
He never said that he was getting late or that he had work to attend to.
No, he did not.
Then,
The following week, I called him saying that I have an extra ticket for the film Half Girlfriend. My friend with whom I had made plan cancelled at the last moment because he had to go somewhere.
and
Siddhant said he would be happy to come.
was it there where he first held your hand? And he did not remove it? Where did you two usually meet?
Persian Darbar Leopold Cafe.
Where did you two first kiss?
Don't ask me that.
Why not?
Because I will feel uncomfortable and hurt.
I've been hurting since I found out about this. So, in my house, in my room, on my own bed.
No, never there. Never in your room.
Why?
Did not want to.
Who?
Both of us.
Why?
We used to feel guilty in that house.
Oh,
We used to feel uncomfortable. As if you were there watching us.
who used to feel uncomfortable? You.
Both of us.
Who took the initiative?
I don't remember.
Then try to remember it.
I guess he only said it.
Why do you feel this way?
I just did.
Despite of the kind of relationship you had?
Because of it.
You are lying.
Why would I?
That only you would know.
I wish you had seen the hurt in his heart, the hesitation to come closer, and then hiding his face in the pillow. The shame he felt for being without you. He used to take good care of you. Siddhant used to talk a lot about you. You like coffee, you don't like onions in dishes. You love Big Boss. In fact, many a times I used to feel he was punishing me.
You couldn't bear that much.
That was clearly between us.
What was my relationship to him?
Why is everything about your relationship? Wherever he went, he was reminded of you. Every place had a memory that connected to him. We never went to Grandmama's cafe because you liked their pastries. We never went for a long drive on Marine Drive because you loved it. We never witnessed a sunset on Jew Beach because he had proposed to you there.
Who did not want to go?
Both of us.
Why?
He used to feel guilty and remember the time he spent with you.
And what about you?
Because he couldn't digest it. He would look from one side to another while walking. You were present somewhere or the other. The noise of your footsteps in the dark, or your eyes behind a closed window, or your bathroom singing.
So,
You were always there. I just couldn't express my feelings during that time. I used to always think you might have touched him last night, or maybe you might touch him tonight as well.
whenever we were together, I would feel like I've achieved everything in my life. He became my life. my mind would feel so peaceful when we were together. But no, all of those moments were lies. Everything was a mistake.
I was complaining the same thing to him. He used to deal with a boring marriage by coming to me.
But hadn't I told you he became cold?
For a year.
Why do you keep emphasizing on that one year?
Because that's when I met him. The last few days, I used to talk a lot about the fact that I was a second fiddle. I felt like I was being used. Whenever I used to talk to him about this, the loneliness in his eyes used to melt my heart.
So you do know about this habit of his. Actually, the very first things that attracted me towards him was his eyes. It was my friend's garden party when I first saw him. And
I was mesmerized by his smile. That charming smile that I can recognize in a crowd of 1,000 people, and it would.
light up the world.
After getting intoxicated, he would be like a wild child.
And
In that manner, he would shower me with love.
did you ever take him for granted? You know, using him for your pleasure.
If I would have taken him for granted, we would have never talked about marrying each other.
You guys spoke about marriage?
Why wouldn't we talk about marriage? You call it a charade life? Was it even worth living? I used to hate this game of hide and seek, and guilt of lying and cheating would swallow me whole. I was not able to tolerate it. I wanted rainbows and sunshine.
What did he say about marriage?
He wanted to think about it. He took 3 days but couldn't decide it.
Why?
Because neither relationships were the ultimate. He was still thinking about you, and you were his weakness. He could not fathom the thought of hurting you.
I don't want anyone to say. I'm not a beggar who never understood the relationship we had. Everything just shattered. If only he had a kid, would it make things different? Even if it were to make a difference, he would have never said that he doesn't want to get tied up in this process. It's for you.
Have you taken off from the office? How long?
Until Thursday. I think I'll extend it.
Why? Wouldn't it be better if you immerse yourself in your work? Even I have taken a leave for 2 days, but the loneliness is frustrating. The memories make it unbearable, and I keep wondering that what if this wouldn't have happened at all? All these thoughts have become useless now. This is the reason I work all day at a restaurant.
Do you sleep well?
It depends. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
How many people do you have in your family?
A lot of people.
Have you ever met them? That's why. You can cut yourself off from these memories to an extent. But I can't. Everything in that house reminds me of it. If I open a window, if I draw the curtains aside, everything. I cannot even spend even 10 seconds in that house without thinking about it.
Maybe you should go to some other place for a while.
I'm leaving today evening itself. I'll come back if I'm able to make peace with all of this. But if not, I'll probably ask for the transfer to another workplace.
What about you? Me? What have you thought about? I'll get married as soon as possible.
I've been thinking for 3 days. Imagine if I never found this box or anything else. What if I need to come to
तू उधर देगा दीपिका, नहीं साक्षी तू उधर देख,
इधर ही देख।
हाँ नहीं नहीं साक्षी, मैं मेरे को लगा इसका नाम दीपिका,
कट।
उसका नाम दीपिका है, क्या चाहते हो?
अन्वी को देख के चला गया क्या?
देख रहा है झाड़ियों में।
ऐसा कर रहे हैं हम छोटे बच्चे ही है।
गुड गुड, ये सब आने वाले हैं।